Hey everybody, this is Sean Bradley. I'm here at Andy Moore Chevrolet in Indianapolis, and here's the awesome reality of what your day-to-day operational protocol is going to be. All right, first thing you're going to do when you get into the dealership is, depending on what the manager has for you, whether it's Jason or it's Ken or it's Charles, there might be some type of training related to, your CRM or anything else. That's up to the managers. After you get through your core training or whatever meetings, here's the dealer synergy protocol as follows. First thing you're going to do is take out your 3-minute book. And just to rehash from this, your 3-minute book is going to be, step 1 is going to be looking at the things that you want, the whole laws of attraction, manifestation. It kind of recalibrates you on why you're here and what you're looking to earn and what you're going to put that money towards. After 1 full minute, you're going to turn to the second section, is your roadmap, your pay plan, and exactly what you're going to do. If you want to make $3,000 in a month, you're going to need to do about 100 appointments. 100 appointments is going to be 50 bodies to show up. 50 bodies is going to convert to 25 sales. 100 appointments divided by 4 weeks is 25 appointments per week. Divided by 5 working days is 5 appointments per day. How are you going to do that? Make or take 120 phone calls. Connect with about 14 to 17 people. Out of 14 to 17 people that you're connecting with, you're going to make roughly 4 to 5 to 6 appointments in a day. So that's the second section. The third section of your 3-minute book is your scorecard. You're going to keep track of the following: today and month-to-date data. Today and month-to-date. How many leads do we have today and month-to-date? How many outbound phone calls did we make today and month-to-date? How many connections today and month-to-date? How many appointments today and month-to-date? How many confirmations today and month-to-date? How many appointments that showed today and month-to-date? How many deliveries today and month-to-date? So after you take 3 minutes to kind of look at your day, then now you're ready. You're ready to have a chiropractic alignment, and now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our calendar. So show it on the screen, not the name of the store, but just show it on the screen. We're going to just look at our calendar, and what we're looking for on the calendar, back on me, okay, is what you want to be able to do is just make sure that you're cognizant of specific actionable items for that day. Any appointments, any people that need to be reconfirmed, any people that missed their appointments, whatever, those reminders should be on your calendar. If you have specific phone calls, and there's an important one, because when you're making phone call, you kind of get into this rhythm, and what you want to be able to do is you want to make sure, and this is important, that you are following up with people before work and after when they get home. So it's between 9 and 5 is one category, and then 6 to 8 is another category. I know it's a big lopsided difference, but before 5 o'clock is one category, and from 6 to 8 is the second category. So you want to make sure that you sporadically are doing so. So let's say after you've done your 3-minute book, after you've looked at your schedule and your calendar, the first actionable item in Imagic is this. Okay, you see how they're red. Okay, you put it on there. Again, not the name of the dealership, but you see where the red is, right here. Okay, in the Imagic tool, even though this is under the urgent bucket, okay, the red urgents, okay, why am I calling them urgents? Because they're in this bucket, the first bucket, you're going to have red and black. Okay, red are fresh leads. Red are fresh leads. Back on me over here. Fresh leads are leads that just came in. So your most priority that you have is to contact your fresh leads. What do I mean by contact? The CRM Imagic is automatically going to send an email, so you want to bring up what I just did here as a prospect screen and make the first phone call. That's what you want to do, and after you're done with that, you're going to go to the next red urgent, and then you're going to go to the next red urgent. After you're done the red urgents, only the red urgents, not the black urgents. I'm explaining to you why. Red urgents are fresh leads. Those are the first actions you're going to call. After you've called your fresh leads, that you're going to now go to the next hottest category. That's going to be your responses. Put it back on responses. So responses is a second bucket. It's almost like a conveyor belt. What are responses? Responses are anybody that has received an email personally from you or an email template, and what they do is they're going to turn around and respond to the email. And so I want you to engage those people, because think about it. They just responded to you. Those are hot conversations. Agreed? Okay, good. So now, the next hottest category is the next button. Okay? The follow-ups. The dealer synergy, if you guys use Imagic, we are going to help set it up that follow-ups, this is really cool, are only leads that are 31 days or less with a phone number and some type of verbal contact. I'm going to repeat that. Follow-ups are leads that are 31 days or less with a phone number and you've had some type of verbal contact. Now, after you've done that, The next bucket, we're going to go back to the urgents, but we're going to handle the black urgents. Okay, and what are black urgents? Black urgents are 31 days or less with a phone number, but no verbal contact. I'm going to say that again. Black urgents are leads that are 31 days or less with a phone number, but no verbal contact. Now, the last bucket, it's labeled past due. It's not past due. It is, that's just what Imagic calls it. But what those are, we're going to make it that those are leads that are day 32 to day 90. Day 32 to day 90 with the phone number. So now, keep it on there for a second because I'm going to go through the top here. Okay? So now, this is how cool this is going to be. So when you come in, after you do your 3-minute book, it's like an assembly line. We are building a customer factory. Step 1, fresh leads. After we handle the fresh leads, the next assembly line is responses. After the responses, we're going to go to leads that are 31 days or less with the phone number, and you've had some type of verbal contact. After that, you're going to go to leads that are 31 days or less with a phone number, you haven't had any verbal contact. Then after that, you're going to go to leads that are day 32 to day 90 with a phone number. Back on here. How freaking strong is that you can prioritize? Not all leads are created equal. Don't you want an unfair advantage? Don't you want to have maximum position before submission? Right or wrong? Don't you want to be able to engage people that you have the highest probability of conversions? Yes?
Yes.
Louder.
Yes.
Okay, good. So that's what I want to do. You can't do this in certain tools. I'm not going to mention the competitors, but that's why I like this because I'm able to segment the data. Now, here's how it works. Okay, so let's say I have the prospect here. Now, do you see this? I could click phone call right here. You got to be very cognizant of the different features that you have. Making, receiving, day, evening, cell. It says here yes. You see that? Yes if you spoke, no, or voicemail. This is how the computer knows. Keep that on there because now, this is how it works. From day 1 to day 31 with no verbal contact. Once it hits day 32, watch, it automatically, the computer pulls it out of here and puts it into here. This bucket is day 32 to day 90. It's going to stay there for the next 60 days, from day 32 to day 90. And once it's in there, if there's still no communication from the prospect, guess what's going to happen? It's going to automatically put this to a lost lead. Dead lead did not respond for 90 straight days. Here's the next thing. Let's say you make a contact and you're here. Now you have 60 days. The protocol is this. Once it is manually or automatically entered into the follow-up bucket, it's going to live in here for 60 days. So you have 60 days to make a baby or not make a baby. You understand what I'm saying? Back here. So what happens is you're going to be able to have it for 60 days, the ability to turn around and work this lead. But there's a line of demarcation. You got to draw a line. Okay, this guy's faking a funk. This woman is not serious. So we're going to put her into long-term follow-up. Make sense? Now, the difference, just really quick up there now, the difference between these 3 buttons and this one, the long-term is not every day. Come back. Now, this is also very, very important. The dealer synergy system, this is the most confusing, but is the most liberating when I teach you this. There's 2 main processes. 2 main processes. We have a follow-up process, and we have an engagement process. This you need to watch a couple times after I'm done with this, okay, people? The follow-up process for the first 31 days is email, phone call, email, phone call, email, phone call. The computer's day 1 through 31. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. The computer's going to make sure that that's there. Everybody understand that, right? You're going to, as a coordinator, phone call, phone call, phone call, phone call. But between you and Imagic, you're going to be executing email, phone call, email, phone call, email, phone call, email, phone call. Just so you understand why we're doing this so methodically, okay, is a couple reasons. One is that J.D. Power says that there's 3 main stages for the shopping buying cycle for over 45 to 90 days. However, over 50% of people are post 30 days, but the largest 30-day segment is in the first 30 days. Roughly 46% or higher of people are going to purchase within the first 30 days. So you want to have a blitzkrieg. So you understand why it's email, phone call. Everybody yes?
Yes.
Okay, then. Here's now. Once you get to day 32 to day 90, you don't have to go there, but once you go to day 32 to day 90, you do not have to follow up every single day. Your follow-up could be every 3 days, every 5 days, and you could create, Charles, an automated action plan, and you can actually have it pop up like where it says here. I'm okay post 31 days for you to use the CRM functionality where it tells you, like Forrest Gump, email this person, call that person. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? But it's for the first 31 days I want it to be action plan driven because you shouldn't be chained by anything else. Now, remember I told you there's 2 things? Say again?
10% battery life.
I'm okay. Okay, so now, I'll be done in 3 minutes, not even. Okay, what I want you to be able to do is I want you to understand the engagement process stops the follow-up process. If I make an outbound phone call, you make an outbound phone call, and you get somebody on the phone, follow-up stops. It is no, you followed up, you've engaged, right or wrong? Right. If they respond to your email, follow-up stops. If they respond to your voicemail and call you back, follow-up stops. See, the automated blitzkrieg, psychotic blitzkrieg of follow-up, email, phone call, is just to escalate communication. It's just to provoke or instigate a communication. Once communication's been established, it is no longer on the follow-up status. Stop all follow-up. That's automated. It's now going to be in the engagement cycle. 1 minute and I'm done with this. The engagement cycle, what is engagement? It's case by case. Depending on what the hell was said in the email, depending what was said in the conversation, depending what was discussed is going to dictate what the immediate next action steps are. So either, for example, either you're going to make an appointment or you're not going to make an appointment. If you make the appointment, guess what? You follow your appointment confirmation process. If you don't make an appointment, it's only one of two things. Either you're going to set up for a TO, which you do, log it and move on, or that person doesn't need a TO and they're not, they're not changing their mind. They're still up in front. It's a working lead. Make sense? So that is the dealer synergy system. There's an automated blitzkrieg follow-up for email, phone call for the first 31 days. But once there's some type of engagement followed, then you're able to turn around and stop that and have a specific, case-by-case next step protocol. Stop.